Hi friends, good morning. This is Dr. Harinath Reddy, Director, Shankaran IA Study Circle. In the earlier video, we did discuss about the budgetary provisions relating to education in the state of Andhra Pradesh in the recent budget of 2020 and 21. Then let's move to what are the budgetary provisions with respect to healthcare sector in the recent budget of 2020 and 21. So in the earlier video, I missed out some facts. Please make note of them. One, the budgetary allocation for higher education, it was 2,277 crores. 2,277 crores. And then there is one scheme relating to higher education launched by Government of India in the 12th 5-year plan. So this is known by the name National Higher Education Mission or Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. See, under National Higher Education Mission or Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, strategic central funding will be given to state higher education. Remember, the higher education at the state level is grossly underfunded. So to support the states to improve their funding with respect to higher education at the state level, Government of India has launched this Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. And in Andhra Pradesh, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Andhra University was selected as an institution of eminence for funding from the central government under RUSA. This was done by UGC, University Grants Commission. So University Grants Commission has identified Andhra University as the institute of eminence for funding under Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan or National Higher Education Mission. So this is some information which I have missed out on the topic relating to education in the earlier video. Students can make note of this. Then the next one, let's move to healthcare. Healthcare. See, why shall be health so important? See, if you take the developed countries like United States of America and also Great Britain, there is a great focus on health and education on daily basis. In those countries, health and education were always electoral issues. But in countries like in India and also at the state level, health and education were never electoral issues. The reason, the money which is invested in health and education, they take pretty long time to show the impact or the outcomes. But instead, free power, free color television, free tablets, these are the electoral promises in India as well as in many states for getting back to power by the political parties. But unlike the past, with a clear break from the past, the present government in the state of Andhra Pradesh realized the importance of healthcare sector for achieving inclusive growth, for reaping demographic dividend. So a greater focus, adequate focus was given to healthcare sector in the recent budget of 2020 and 21. Even if you see the research evidence across the globe, there is enough evidence to say that there is a link between economic growth and healthcare. So if the health of the population improves in any country, the economic growth in those countries has picked up. For example, if you take some of the countries in sub-Saharan Africa, some of them were most affected by AIDS epidemic. And because of this, these countries, they got economically stagnated and the economic growth has declined. That is the impact of health. So this link between health and economic growth is a two-way, in the sense, if you improve the health of the population, the economic growth will improve. If there is increase in the economic growth, there will be greater income in the hands of the people, and so they will spend more money on their health. So this is a two-way link. And we have two developmental economies at the global level, Samuel Preston and Angus Deaton. Samuel Preston and Angus Deaton. These two developmental economies, Samuel Preston and Angus Deaton, and in addition to this, a number of committees at the global level. For example, there was one committee appointed by WHO, World Health Organization, headed by Jeffrey Sachs. Even this committee, Jeffrey Sachs, and not only that, even within India, we had a number of health policies from time to time. National Health Policy Statement of 1983, National Health Policy 2002, and even the recent National Health Policy 2015, they all speak about the link between health and economic growth. So in India, if you want to increase economic growth on a sustained basis, if you want to take advantage of young population, if you want to achieve inclusive growth, a greater focus on healthcare sector is very necessary, because morbidity, illness reduces the productivity of the individuals and thereby undermine the economic growth. And in addition to this, there is something called universal health coverage. Universal health coverage. What do you mean by universal health coverage? See, this term universal health coverage was coined by a committee appointed by the Union government for the 12th 5-year plan document. This was K. Srinath Reddy Committee. K. Srinath Reddy Committee. K. Srinath Reddy Committee. This was one committee which was appointed by the earlier planning commission to give inputs for healthcare sector to be taken up in the 12th 5-year plan. So this committee was appointed in 2010, it gave the report in 2011. I also told that even in the state of Andhra Pradesh in the recent past, there was one more committee which was appointed, Sujata Rao Committee. So this K. Srinath Reddy Committee gave a comprehensive definition for universal health coverage. Gave a comprehensive definition for universal health coverage. And even the term universal health coverage, which we are speaking now, was coined by this committee, K. Srinath Reddy Committee. And at the national level, we have some scheme. We have a scheme called Ayushman Bharat, or it is also called Modi Care. So this scheme aims at achieving universal health coverage in the country. Remember, Ayushman Bharat is nothing but the earlier Rajiv Arogya Shri scheme started by Dr. YSR Rajashekar Reddy government. So when Rajashekar Reddy became the chief minister in the state of Andhra Pradesh in 2004, Rajiv Arogya Shri was his brainchild. This scheme became very popular throughout the country. Many states took it for implementation, and finally, even the union government took it for implementation. The present government expanded the earlier Arogya Shri scheme under the name Dr. YSR Arogya Shri scheme. Dr. YSR Arogya Shri scheme. Under this scheme, earlier, under this Arogya Shri scheme, there were 1079 procedures, 1059, I'm sorry, I stand corrected, 1059 procedures. But now, when the present government under Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy came to power, 1000 more procedures were added. 1000 more procedures, especially related to primary health care. Primary health care. Actually, one criticism against Dr. YSR Arogya Shri earlier in the name of Rajiv Arogya Shri is neglect of primary health care. So that's why under the changes in the scheme in the recent past, in addition to the existing 1059 procedures relating to tertiary health care, 1000 new primary care procedures were also added. So this Dr. YSR Arogya Shri scheme, on pilot basis, it was launched in the district of West Godavari, and in this financial year, this will be expanded throughout the state. In addition to this, there were also efforts for distributing 1.42 crore health cards, smart health cards. 1.42 smart health cards, they are being distributed in the state of Andhra Pradesh. In addition to this, there is one more scheme, Dr. YSR Arogya Asara. Dr. YSR Arogya Asara. Then what is this scheme all about? See, the below poverty line people, once they undergo surgery, they cannot go for work and they will be losing the wages. So to compensate those BPL population who because of illness lose their wages, they will be compensated under Dr. YSR Arogya Asara. Dr. YSR Arogya Asara. Under this Dr. YSR Arogya Asara, post-operative sustenance allowance. So when the patient recovers after surgery, he will be given an allowance called post-operative sustenance allowance. Post-operative sustenance allowance, and it is rupees 225 per day. Rupees 225 per day. Rupees 225 per day. In addition to this, for the people who are located in the border districts, for the benefit of below poverty line people located in the border districts, YSR Arogya Shri scheme is being implemented even by empaneling the hospitals, super specialty hospitals from the 3 states in the neighborhood: Chennai in Tamil Nadu, Bengaluru in Karnataka, Hyderabad in Telangana. From these three cities, Chennai, Bengaluru and Hyderabad, 130 hospitals were empaneled. 130 hospitals were empaneled. And remember, to monitor these hospitals which are empaneled, if the delivery of service is not proper, if the hospitals do not follow the procedures in a fair and transparent manner, the hospitals which are empaneled will also be de-empaneled. So there is also monitoring and evaluation on continuous basis with respect to implementation of Dr. YSR Arogya Shri scheme. And remember, for this healthcare sector in the state of Andhra Pradesh, under the recent budget, the budgetary allocation is 11,419.44 crores. 11,419.44 crores. Then in addition to this, there is one more scheme related to healthcare sector, Kanti Velugu. Kanti Velugu, this is one more scheme. This was started on 10th October 2019. Under this Kanti Velugu scheme, the focus will be on universal eye screening. Universal eye screening, and this will be done initially for the students, and then subsequently the entire population in the state of Andhra Pradesh will be covered. So for those who require spectacles and cataract surgeries, they will be done free of cost. So free spectacles will be made available, and the cataract surgeries will also be made free for the people below the poverty line under Kanti Velugu. Under Kanti Velugu. Then in addition to this, under the earlier government, healthcare sector was not given adequate focus. It was very much neglected, and so the poor in this state suffered a lot. And with respect to emergency healthcare services, the present government in the recent budget speaks about increasing the number of ambulances by 108. Already we had 439 ambulances, and 439 to the existing 439 ambulances, 108 more ambulances will be added. 108 more ambulances will be added, and the present government wants to ensure that at least there is one ambulance per mandal. In addition to this, with respect to mobile medical units, the present government also says in the recent budget, at least one mobile medical unit will be made available per mandal. So this is to increase the access to healthcare, emergency healthcare services in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Ambulance per mandal, mobile medical unit per mandal. And in addition to this, there is one more very, very important scheme launched by the present government, Nadu Nedu Health Scheme. Nadu Nedu Health Scheme. So this relates to renovating the existing primary healthcare centers, community healthcare centers, district hospitals, and teaching hospitals on par with the corporate hospitals. So in the state of Andhra Pradesh, we have 1,145 primary healthcare centers, 195 community health centers, 13 district hospitals, and 11 teaching hospitals. So in all these, the infrastructure, the existing infrastructure will be upgraded, modernized on need basis so that they will be on par with corporate hospitals. Again, this is very, very important move. In addition to this, Sujata Rao committee, which was appointed by the present government on healthcare sector, says that there are a number of vacancies, huge vacancies in the healthcare sector, even at the level of super specialty specialists. And so the government, the present government, took a measure to fill in the vacancies to the extent of 9,700 healthcare professionals will be recruited on priority basis. In addition to this, the present government also proposes to establish 15 new medical colleges. 15 new medical colleges. This figure is subjected to correction in course of time. Then in addition to this, it also speaks about 11,000 Dr. YSR health clinics. 11,000 Dr. YSR health clinics will be established at village or ward level. So this all speaks about volumes about the seriousness of the present government to focus on healthcare, thereby providing quality healthcare facilities to the people of this state, especially the BPL people. And remember, according to World Bank document, one reason for growing poverty in this country is hospitalization. Because of inadequate capacity in the government hospital, even the poor is forced to go to the corporate hospitals where they cannot afford, and if they get hospitalized for some major ailment in the private hospitals, either they have to sell away their land and properties or even the milch animal. So those who are above poverty line, they are falling below poverty line. And one important reason for this in the state of Andhra Pradesh in particular and in country in general, it is hospitalization, high healthcare expenditure in the private sector and inadequate access in the government sector. So this historical injustice is being met by the present government by addressing the problem of healthcare sector in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you.